Hi, welcome to my 500 sub special. It's not that much of a special, to be honest, but it's a 500 sub. We finally reached. It's actually the third time that I reached. So I decided, you know what? If I'm gonna drop below 500, at least have a screenshot from when I was at 500. So I'm gonna have a little share with coffee. Nice. And thank all of you for subscribing and supporting my channel. It's really amazing to see the amount of support my videos are getting, the amount of views and positive comments and also great feedback, helping me improve my content. So I'm really thankful. It means a lot. Thank you. I said that I was going to have a question and answer video. So I'm gonna try and do that now. I asked on Twitter to give me questions if there's anything that you're wondering or something like that. And I've got a few, and I'm gonna read them, answer them, and I'm gonna leave links in the description to the people that actually asked the question. So each and every of these guys are amazing, so I highly recommend that you guys go check them out, give them some love. They all deserve it, definitely. I'm gonna start with a question that two actually asked. Both Fletcher Jet and Temamba asked. It's pretty similar, the questions, but Fletcher Jet asked, what inspired me or you to start a YouTube? And Temamba asked, what has inspired you to start a YouTube journey? So it's pretty similar. I have to say, the honest answer, I wish I had a really good answer, like a cool answer for, but the real reason I started a YouTube channel was I have a lot of videos and footage of my children. I have two children, a 5-year-old and a 9-year-old. And I have a lot of footage and videos of them, and I wanted to learn to edit so I can make a good, video for them to see when they get a little older and see how things were and stuff. So that was my main reason to create that, because then I could upload videos of me playing FIFA or whatever, and just practice on editing on that, and then I knew that when I knew how to do that, I could probably make their videos pretty okay. So that's the inspiration. I know it's not the best. I should have said something about going for fame and glory and richness, and but no, that's not me. Temamba also asked, what am I enjoying the most about my YouTube journey? And I think it's pretty easy to answer that, because what I enjoy the most is the interactions between, like, in the community of content creators, like small YouTubers. A lot of them are very, friendly and fun to hang around. You start talking to someone, sending them messages or not messages, but you're leaving comments on their when they drop content, and you watch their videos and they watch your videos and leave comment, and you start to interact like that, and all of a sudden you might be on the same Discord server, you start talking, you just meet a lot of people, and it's great fun. That's probably what I enjoy the most, meeting people that I wouldn't have spoke to otherwise. That's the answer for that question. I do enjoy to support other people. I find it fun to just support someone and see that they actually get genuinely truly happy. That gives me a little kick. But the interaction is like the number one. Then I have a pretty tough and serious question from Melly Playful, where she asks if I could change one thing, and let's see, only one thing about the world, what would I change? I mean, that there's tons of great answers to that. I can't really. It's a very serious question, of course. But I guess I would say I'd erase poverty, because I have a hard time knowing there's kids out there that goes to bed hungry. That really bugs me and makes me like it hurts in here. So I guess that's a thing that if I had the power to erase that, then I would. The next questions are 3 questions from FM Lama. He asked what my first console and when did I get it. My first console was, I think it was a Sega back in the early 90s. I mainly got it to play NHL and FIFA 94. But my first experience with the console was when my brother, who is 6 years older than me, got an Atari back in like the mid 80s, I think. We played, if I remember right, we played like tennis and hockey. And both games were 2 white sticks going like this. And there was a square in between, supposed to be the ball or the puck. They look the same, from what I recall. It's been a few days since the mid 80s, or even the early 80s maybe. Yeah, I can't remember. So that's the first console that I got was a Sega or Sega. I don't know how you pronounce that, to be honest. In Swedish we just say Sega. That doesn't help you. What is the first game I remember falling in love with? Well, it was actually I played a Football Manager game on my Commodore 64. I think it was just named Football Manager. I remember the first game, it didn't matter what team you choose. The first game was always against Bury. And that also inspired me to do a Bury Road to Glory off cam, so to say, offline. I did that on FIFA 18, I think. I created my channel in March 2020, so, it was a while ago that I played Bury. So I'd say that's the first game I remember falling in love with, because I just immediately loved playing Football Manager games. And I think that was the game that you could have like a random player break a leg and ending career, randomly. It could be your best player, a young 20-year-old player breaking his leg, and he was removed from the game. You couldn't find him. They just erased him. And it wasn't random. So if you had bad luck, you could have 2-3 broken legs. Yeah, and if it went to the wrong players, you know how. Anyway, and then the third question from FM Lama is, apart from this Mansfield game, I sent this out when I was still doing my Mansfield Road to Glory, which is now on FIFA 20, and now I'm moved on to FIFA 21, and I'm doing this Oldham Road to Glory. What is the best career you had in FIFA, and what club was it with? I'd say, Mansfield was a series where I won everything I could win. But one of my best that I remember beside the Mansfield one is I made a FIFA 19 save with Yeovil, I think. Was it 18? 19? Yeah, I don't remember. Well, I played with Yeovil, or I don't know how to pronounce that either. It's the reason I really enjoyed playing with them was that they had a really decent kit. They had a green and white striped, horizontal striped kit, first kit, like home kit, and I think they had a black away kit. So it was, you could always have a kit and that would stand out from the opponent. So that was beautiful. I really enjoyed playing. I had some really good players that I sadly forgot their names now. I think my star was a guy called Harrison, an Englishman, and he was a central attacking midfielder, and he was just bombing in goals. So that's probably, I'd say I'd use the team that I can't even pronounce, Yeovil. Let me know if I'm really far away in the comments. And then we have a question from SpenUnitedGaming, and his question is, what's the best piece of advice I'd give someone starting a new channel on YouTube? That's a really good question. I mean, I'm in no position at all to make or give anyone advice. I mean, I'm a small YouTuber with 500 subs. If I knew like how to get monetized fast, I would have done it already. But a piece of advice that I can give, I think it's regarding if you have 1 sub, 0 subs, or 1 million subs, is to have fun. Like that, you have fun. You create content. It's also depends on what your goal is. If your goal is to become famous and rich, yeah, then don't listen to me. These advice is not going to help you. But if you just want to have a channel and enjoy like the journey, the ride with it, my advice would be like, enjoy it, have fun. It's as easy as that. Do the content you like, enjoy. Because if you enjoy doing the content, me as a viewer is going to notice that you are having fun, and it's going to help me having more fun, so to say. I'm going to notice that this guy is having a lot of fun doing this content, and I'm going to probably enjoy the content more because it's going to be brilliant, because it's you're doing something you like or even love. Then I got a bunch of questions from my Finnish neighbor Anja, and she asked, what was my favorite food during the 80s? That's a brilliant question. I'm really trying to think. Well, I'm not trying to think, but I'm trying to remember what might have. Maybe like pizza. I think, yeah, pizza. I'd say pizza would be the favorite thing during the 80s and 90s and 2000s and 2010s and probably in the 20s too. I just love pizza. What was the first game I played? I can't remember the first game I played, to be honest. I know it was probably on the Atari that my brother had, and he had I think it was something called Dungeon something. I know it was you were once again you were a square, and you were supposed to find a sword, and there was some dragon chasing you, and the graphics was horrible, but it was a really fun game. I remember there was a green dragon, a yellow dragon, and the hardest one was a red dragon. You were supposed to find a key, and yeah, I have like, I remember the game, I can see it inside my head, and we played it a lot, me and my brother. Anya also asked, what's your favorite childhood toy? I remember I loved playing with the plastic soldiers, the small ones. I think the scale was 1 to 64, because if I remember not right, the scale 1 to 32 was bigger. So 1 to 64 was probably it was really tiny plastic soldiers. I had hundreds, probably thousands of them. Just, enjoyed playing with them. And then Anya asked, how much can I lift in bench at the gym, like bench press? And I never ever tried to max what I can, because I probably assume that you mean like in free weights, and I don't really work free weights like that. I mainly do machines on the gym that I'm at now. But yeah, I probably could, I guess, I mean, at the machine I can work out on like 120 kilos or something, but on in free weights I don't think I could get more than like maybe 80-90 kilos, something like that. Maybe 100 if I really am lucky and I have someone protecting my face from getting mashed by the bar with the weights on. Maybe. Anya also asks, who is my favorite small YouTuber, to name a few. And I have a few really like small YouTubers that I really enjoy watching. Two of them are FM creators doing Football Manager, and that's FM Lama, who asked the question. He's hilarious, and he makes his content is just brilliant. And then you have Mikaelinho FM, a fellow Swede that makes awesome content. His streams are amazing. I also like to watch, like the one that I've been inspired by is, his name is an Australian guy named Sparring DK. His way, he makes a Road to Glory Youth Edition just like I do, and that's where I got all my ideas from, because I've been watching him for a couple of years and I just think he's brilliant. So yeah, those three would be like some of my, I have so many. I support a lot of people and I really enjoy a lot of people. Like when it comes to their content, I really enjoy it. Then I have a question, what would I take to a deserted island? And I mean, there's probably 100 of different funny things I could say there to, to be smart and witty and all that. But I'm going to give you an honest answer. Because I actually thought about it, not about me getting stranded on a deserted island, but I'm being like, what would I need to survive if I happen to end up in a situation like that? And I narrowed down the things into one after a while, because one thing that could help me get all the others, and that thing that I would really need to survive, in my opinion, is a trusty knife. If I can have a knife, I can build stuff, I can create tools, I can create weapons, traps, whatever, to hunt, to cook, all that, to get fire if I'm really like, to rub the wooden sticks, a knife. That's my answer. I think I could be alright if I only had a trusty knife. Name 3 of my favorite foods on a daily life that I consume the most. I guess I'll go with breakfast, lunch and dinner. Breakfast is porridge. Every day I have a bowl of porridge. So that would be breakfast. Porridge with some milk, maybe some jam, a sandwich. It's always good, and a glass of juice. Then I'm all right. What I also always need is a lot of coffee. I don't know if you noticed that. Then lunch, I'd say I'll go with a pizza for lunch, just because. And then dinner, I'd say tacos. I just love to eat food with my hands, and having two kids that are a little picky with what they eat, we noticed that tacos are when they can choose whatever they want and build their own little meal. That's something they enjoy, so we eat that a lot. And therefore I always, I just love it. And also I can, because I don't put like a lot of spices into the food, since I want the kids to eat. But when I bring my food aside, I can just cover it with chili flakes and sriracha and all the good stuff. I like the spice. The spicier the food is, the better. I shouldn't say that. No, that's a lie. Because food can be just spicy and no flavor, and that's not for me. But a really spicy food that still contain and or remain the flavor of the actual food, that's beautiful. That's really good. So that was the last question. So as I said, check in the link below. I'm gonna have, of course, a link to each and every one of these beautiful people that asked me a question. And also just we'll finish this one off. Thank you guys for watching this 500 sub special video. I do hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you on the channel again. Drop me comments, I love them. And take care of yourself, be safe, stay healthy, and be kind to each other, and you walk good. Bye.